Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham morning briefing for Sunday, the 9th of June, 2024. Our usual, we'll start with the synoptic, and we're having a look at lunchtime yesterday with the cold front and occlusion that came through around about 2 o'clock. If we run that forward to midnight last night, you can see that's cleared out into Europe. And further forward to lunchtime today, you can see there's yet another front coming down the country. It's yet to get anywhere near us. And I don't think it's really going to affect any flying that we do out of Lasham today. 1,000-foot winds today, 290, 20 knots to the north of us, 290, 10 to the south of us. So it's pretty much a westerly setup on 27. Looking at the cloud, as we run the sequence through, you can see that it's moving very, very slowly south. There's a lot of west to east movement in it, and quite surprisingly, over the whole of the sort of northern England, we've got all this wave there. So there's a challenge for anybody that wants to thermal up to the wave and go further north. Rain that's associated with that frontal system coming down is further north. And if we have a look at the forecast for that throughout the day, we can just see it coming into the top of the picture there. And as we run through into the afternoon and towards early evening, you can see it does come down into sort of central and towards southern England. But as I say, I don't think it's really going to affect us today. The evening group might be unlucky if they see the odd shower reach this far south. Local weather today then. We've got bright blue skies at the moment outside. We are going to have cumulus forming, and I would imagine there's going to be a little bit overcast by the end of the afternoon. But otherwise, we should be fine. Have a nice day's flying. Temperatures today, 15, 16 centigrade throughout the day. So again, a bit chilly out on the airfield, especially with this westerly, northwesterly wind, which is going to be blowing around about 10, 11 knots and maybe gusting 17, 18. So not too dissimilar to yesterday in terms of wind strength. The UV today is just a little bit stronger, with levels up to about 6 in the middle of the day. Temperatures from GFS are showing about 14, 15 centigrade, with the dew point down about 7. So there's a nice split there. And we can see that right now. We've got about 13 centigrade. I'll just update this once more. Yeah, we've got 13 centigrade and just on 6 centigrade for the dew point. So there's a nice split forming there. And looking at the sky, this was just a few moments ago, and still crystal clear blue skies, no cumulus forming as yet. Odium, there's no TAF for Odium, but they're reporting 2807 knots, greater than 10 kilometers visibility, with no clouds, temperature 13, dew point 4, and the pressure has gone up 1 millibars since yesterday. And Odium reporting 2607 knots, greater than 10K, 13 and 5 is the split there on the temps, with the pressure at 1014 as well. They've also issued a TAF, which is valid from 7 o'clock this morning through till 4 o'clock this afternoon, and they're forecasting 2808 knots, cav OK. Nice simple TAF from them. SkySight's potential flight distance is showing very much to the south of the M4 corridor along the south coast. So it looks quite reasonable down there. And if we have a look at the local forecast from SkySight, you can see it's actually starting with cloud base reasonably high. When it does get going, it's going to get going quite quickly. I think thermal strengths up to about 3 to 4 knots, well, maybe 4 knots if we're lucky, with the heights up to about 4,000 feet there above sea level. Top Meteo, they're showing something very similar along the south coast, south of the M4 corridor. And if we have a look at the sort of thermal projection throughout the day, as we come up to 9 o'clock, they reckon that thermal should just be starting to pop about now, and getting up to somewhere around about 800-900 meters, somewhere around about the 2,000 foot mark, about 2,500 feet, and then gradually creeping up into the afternoon up to about 1,500 meters, and remaining there for the rest of the afternoon. One thing to note is after about 5 o'clock it's a very rapid cut-off, I think. So if you are planning a longer task today, make sure you're at least on glide by about 5 o'clock this afternoon. No times then. Local to us, Middle Wallop, they've got clay pigeon shooting on there. I doubt that's going to affect us. Barton Stacey is the usual no time there for the ranges. Rushmore, they've got flare firing. This is at 22 here. Ash ranges, danger area is active. Then a little bit further afield down to the south, there's parachuting at Lee and Solent. That's 7 and 8 down here. And if we go off to the east at Crawley, there's rocket firing this afternoon. And if we go north towards sort of the Vista area, Otmoor, there's live firing, and if we go out to the west, 25 here, there's more paragliding at Westbury. So let's move on to the local airfield brief. And here's the cross section for Odium. Again, they're showing something similar with cloud base is quite high when the thermals first pop. And they're actually showing locally the cloud base coming down slightly throughout the day, but it's certainly going to be up around about 3,000 feet or more throughout the whole day. Thermal strengths, we're looking at sort of 1 to maybe 2 knots up until that lunchtime, and then maybe 2 to 3 knots in the best part of the day, and then petering off again to about 5 o'clock where it will cut off. Surface winds, again, as per the Odium and the local forecasts, 2807, 290, 10 knots throughout the day. I think that's pretty much it for the cross section there. Moving on to aircraft allocations, we can see that there's SH6 is available all day long, and there's a K21 slot this afternoon. So that gives us one K21 with a booked instructor and 4 students, a K21 booked with some solo pilots, another K21 on the casual list. There's 6 pilots or students requiring instruction. So I'll refer you to the instructors encouraged to add themselves to the casual list note down here. There's a K13 free all day if anybody needs to use a K13, and the last K13 is on trial lessons. Just a reminder that the Buggies management radio system is working very well, and the simulator is available as per normal. Just a quick note here on flight safety and the BGA mandate for the ABCD checks. This is all they publish on their website, but it's worth having a read. If you just Google BGA ABCD checks, it will take you straight to that page. Just have a read through. And if you are going to carry out those checks, make sure you do them before you get to the front of the launch queue. So there's no movements today. Set up on runway 27 for a dry operation. The wind is west to west northwesterly all day. Club gliders, if there's less than 10 out there, just grid on the sorry, if there's more than 10, grid on the north sanding grass. If there's less than 10, just go behind the club aerotow point, and heavy gliders to the rear of the club aerotow point on the runway. So there's the visual setup for you. Winching to the south on the grass, aerotowing off the runway, club grid to the north, and that's it for today. So have a great day's flying. Enjoy yourselves, have lots of fun. Please keep it safe, and I'll see you out on the airfield. Thank you.